15. Answers to the question, what is happiness? 1. What is happiness? It is when you feel truly alive. Happiness is not a random state, nor is it the ultimate reward of success. It is when you feel alive. Completely, truly, fully, without lack, without excess. When you are happy, each breath seems deeper. Each moment seems to have its own color. Interestingly, many people only feel alive when facing death. Happiness gives us that feeling without fear. 2. True health is not just being free of illness, but your heart is at peace. We often think of health as being free of illness, but there are people who are physically healthy, but mentally disturbed and empty. And there are also people who are sick, but their hearts are burning. They can inspire millions of people. So, true health is the unity of body, mind, spirit. Happiness is a core part of that. It is the health of the soul. 3. Happiness is a full flow of life energy, not a smile on the face. Happiness does not necessarily show through laughter or sparkling eyes. Sometimes, it is a calm, gentle feeling like a deep river. It is when you do not need anyone to make you happy, do not need anything to happen to feel enough. It is when your inner life is overflowing with life energy, as if life is celebrating itself because it exists within you. 4. Depression is a blocked flow of life, not weakness. Many people do not understand what depression is. They think it is weakness, pessimism. In fact, depression is when the flow of life in you is blocked. It can stem from long-term trauma, emotional repression, or a life that is not true to yourself. Its opposite is not fake joy, but authentic life reconnected. 5. Why is it that everyone has been happy, but few people can keep it? Because we gradually lose the ability to enjoy the simple things. A child is happy because of a bubble. An adult needs a new car. When happiness depends on conditions, it is as fragile as crystal. Only when we remove the dependence does happiness become something sustainable. 6. Childhood, where happiness is the default. Adulthood, where happiness is the goal. When you are a child, you don't need a reason to laugh. You laugh when you see the rain, when you fall on the ground, when you hold your first spoon. But when you grow up, you need something big to be happy. Ironically, that is what makes you miserable, because you have lost the wisdom of a child to live fully in the present. 7. Why does happiness have to be created instead of naturally occurring? Because modern society trains you to believe, when you have this, you will be happy. And so you live in the future, in illusions, in expectations. Instead of living in the present, the more you run, the further away. Happiness does not need to be produced like a commodity. It needs to be allowed to happen. 8. Everything you do, in the end, is to find one feeling: happiness. You study, work, love, build, because you want happiness. But have you ever asked yourself, why don't I choose happiness right now? Maybe because you believe you don't deserve it, or it's not the right time. But the truth is, there is nothing stopping you from allowing yourself to be happy right now. 9. Civilization has come too far. but lost its way in the soul. We have it all: technology, machines, unprecedented conveniences. But the current generation has the highest rates of depression, anxiety, and mental disorders in history. What that means is external development can never replace the emptiness inside. 10. You may live in the comforts of ancient emperors, but your emotions are slaves. You have air conditioning, cars, fast food, smartphones, but you are still a slave to your emotions, anxiety, comparisons, and the pressure to be better than others. The problem is not what you have, it is what controls you inside. 11. Modern conveniences do not cure loneliness. You can live in the middle of a city, in a crowd, and still feel lost. True happiness is about belonging, not about being recognized by someone. In the digital world, we are losing real connection with ourselves and with each other. 12. No gratitude, no happiness. When you don't recognize what you have, you always feel lacking. Gratitude is not accepting a mediocre life, but awakening to the beauty that exists. It is a capacity, not an emotion, and happiness is the fruit that grows from the soil of gratitude. 13. Happiness is not a destination, it is a baggage. You cannot put happiness at the end of the road. If you don't learn to bring happiness from the first step, you will run forever. There will come a time when you are exhausted and realize that you have lived your whole life just to wait for a moment to truly live. 14. Why do we burn the planet and still suffer? We destroy the environment, abuse resources, compete like there is no tomorrow. But the result is a world exhausted both outside and inside. If this journey does not lead to true joy, then it is time to ask again, what are we really pursuing? 15. The way back begins with silence. Happiness does not come from running faster. It comes when you sit back long enough to listen to yourself. It is a return to the self without achievement, without conditions, without comparison, a place where you can be yourself and still feel fulfilled.